YouTube? That's right, people, we are back. And man, before we get going, there's something, this reminds me of something. I can't fucking put my name on it. Anyway, people, we are back. It is Thursday, and we got a brand new device from Smok. Haven't had anything from them in a little while. We got some new. It just seems so vaguely familiar. I don't know what it reminds me of. Anyway, people, today we are taking a look at the Smok Trinity Alpha. That's right, people, the Trinity Alpha. And I gotta say, this thing looks really cool. They got some really neato finishes for it. I've been wrecking my brain ever since I started using it. I can't figure out what the fuck it reminds me of. Anyway, people, what this is a 1000 milliamp hour pod device that uses the Smok Nord mesh coils. It comes with the 0.8 and the 0.6 ohm. You can get it in several different finishes. Okay, and it sells for about 30 bucks on the interwebs. That's not too shabby, people. That's not too shabby. So, this thing goes from 10 to 25 watts, depending on the coil you're using in here, and it's got some really neat tricks up its sleeve. It really does. But let me have a toke real quick. Don't want to bore you to death with specs and numbers and figures and stuff like I'm some dork. Let's have a toke. 3 milligram max VG in here at the moment, people. Something this tiny is putting out quite a bit. It's like Ant-Man when he's in his small form. He's still powerful. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, let's get this show on the road. I got stuff to tell you. We got some things to go over. And maybe at some point I'll realize what the fuck this reminds me of. I just can't place it. Anyway, let's talk about packaging, people. We got to talk about packaging. You open that bitch up and you got your little pod device in there chilling, right? No big deal. And you also got 2 coils in there chilling as well up top. But as usual, if we dig deeper, we're gonna discover more things. Primarily a micro USB charging cable and a lanyard, a Smok lanyard, in case you wanna wear this thing around your neck like a big shot. Okay, that's all the packaging contents besides some boring old manuals and stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote when it comes to packaging. Now we must discuss this thing. And first I want to talk about this tank / capsule. You got a little button up here that you press that pops it open. Popping it back in is no biggie. Pop it right back in, press the button, pop it open. Ain't no biggie, pop it right back in, pop it open. You get what's going on here, okay? You see what's happening. This little guy has a couple of coils that it takes, and the way you put the coils is you line them up in the bottom and press them in. No fuss, no muss. Don't have to worry about getting your hands messy. You can pull it out when it's time to change it out. And I appreciate the fact that it's a replaceable coil and not a complete replaceable cartridge. Throwing that out there, okay? Now that's kind of cool. And these coils are kind of cool too. You got the 0.8 ohm mouth-to-lung mesh from the Nord that you can use in this guy in case you want to rock some Nic salts or some higher nicotine e-liquid, okay? And then you got my favorite, the 0.6 ohm mesh from the Nord. Love this guy in here, using it currently. Big fan of this guy as far as a small coil application and a little bitty device. All right, so those are the coils. You're pretty familiar with them, but I figured I'd show you just a little taste anyway, just a little morsel, okay? Now, something really cool, probably the coolest, one of my favorite things about this whole thing and this tank, the way you put liquid in it. This tank, by the way, holds 2.8 mils. Which is pretty good. It's better than the standard 2 mils that you find in a lot of pods. 2.8 mils, and it's got a little fucking slide back top fill. That's right, you just push that big generous slot to slosh your juice into and fucking slide it back closed. That's really awesome. I'm a big fan of slide back top fill, and to have it on something like this that looks vaguely familiar to something, It's a nice thing. It's a damn nice thing. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Now moving on, we got the front of this thing, and it's interesting. You got a power button. Click it 5 times to turn it on, and then down bottom you got a micro USB charging port, but you also have a power selector. It says S and H going from bottom to top, or H and S going from top to bottom. Those are different power modes. You got hard, normal, soft. You know what I mean? I keep it in hard because much like Waka, I like to go hard in the proverbial paint, so I leave it in hard. All right, that's the way I rock it. But it's cool that you can switch to powered. You got a nice little representation. You also got an LED that lets you know where your battery's at. It goes from green to orange to red. That lets you know you need to charge it when it gets to red. See what's going on there? 70% and up on green. But anyway, that's how it works. Pretty simple. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. The Nord mesh coils. How do they vape? I like them. I've used them previous. The Nord was one of my favorite pods of last year because of that mesh, and I still like it. I'm using it right now. Let me have a toke, matter of fact. Pretty impressive for a little guy, pretty impressive. I like the coils, 2.8 mils for a pod. It's good, it's better than 2 mils. I'm not complaining. The finishes are nice. They all look really cool. You know what I mean? For a $30 little device, fucking they look dope. This is all metal with some fucking resin, whatever, fucking panels. It looks cool for 30 bucks. That's the best part, really, the fucking price, if we're gonna talk about pros and cons. But I digress. I can't figure out what it reminds me of. It does look like something, but I love the top feel. Another cool thing, you can swap out the drip tip if you want. Yeah, you can swap it out. It's a 510, but hey, any 510 will work in there. That's cool. You can use your own tip on there, maybe accessorize, make it cool. I like that. I like the adjustable power thing they got going. That's cool. And most importantly, also, I like that it's 1,000 milliamp hour. Rocking this thing on hard, even with the 0.8, I get through about 3/4 of a day before I need to plug it up, which in my opinion, that's pretty good on the hard setting. If you lower it, you can probably get through a whole day, no problem. But like I said, I want the most out of it. I want it all. Yeah, I want that all day. You know what I mean? So yeah, about 3/4 of a day, still not bad. 1,000 milliamp hour. Overall, man, this is a really good little thing, and the price is really good. And you can already get Nord mesh coils. I'm pretty sure a lot of the shops that carry Smok products already got those. So it's using existing coils that are already good and that last a while. These are all good things, and they all look pretty cool. For 30 bucks, I think they got a little bit of a winner right here, people. I think they got a winner. I just don't... What the fuck does it kind of looks like something. A little bit. It looks like something. I can't remember. Oh yeah, I don't know if I mentioned the airflow slots right there by the button. You can do one of these numbers. You can steam it up because the slots right there. Generous airflow too. It's pretty good. I like it. Is there anything else I need to tell you about this thing, man? I think you get it. It's a little pod dude, but it vapes. It vapes nice, and it's just fucking eerie how vaguely familiar this is to something that I know. Oh well. Oh well. I tried to remember. It's not gonna work. If you guys remember, maybe let me know in the comments. Although I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will anyway. Fuck, I just can't think of it. Anyway, people, links in the description if you want to go look around, take a gander. I don't give a shit. But I told you, and I feel like that's worth something. I do feel like that's worth something. I remember to tell you that. I just can't remember what this. So that being said, thank you for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Remember, doesn't matter what the fuck you're vaping on, as long as you're not on them gosh darn stinkies. That's what's important, people. That's what's truly important. And last but not least, you stay sexy, YouTube. Me and this Trinity Alpha, we're out. What the fuck do you remind me of?
Existence is overrated anyway. 50 years later, they won't remember your name.
Vaping saves more lives than constellations and Greek hunters.